Man, I love Beast Wars Megatron as much as the next guy, but there's a part of me that loves his Transmetal 2 design even more. Maybe it's the super angular, angry wings, his kind of fleshy design, his even angrier face. He's great, but if only there was a version that was lamer, weaker, more of a shower curtain than a transform. Oh yeah, it's back to Beast Machines, folks. What is it with Beast Machines that fascinates me? Is it the fact that it's such a failed follow-up to a fantastic show? Is it the weird attempt at a darker and edgier show that embodies all the worst stereotypes of the early 2000s? Is it their aborted fetus-like designs? Maybe it's a combination of all these aspects. But regardless, I now have essentially the complete collection of all the Maximals and Viacons from the show. I've already talked about how marvelous Silverbolt is.
His head is his penis!
But I'll save the rest of the Maximals for another time. But it must be said, while those figures are special, the Viacons are of much better quality than the Maximals, surprisingly. Not only are their designs better overall, but their gimmicks are better, the colors are better, and they're just higher quality. So it got me thinking, how did they handle Megatron? After all, they have quite the undertaking with him. He had one heck of a visual downgrade, going from a powerful, imposing dictator in diva high heels to a crazy wacko wearing his Nana's shower curtain hung by wires. His later design, which was just a recycled Optimal Optimus with his face, wasn't much of an improvement. So how did they do the toy of him? Well, luckily he's been upgraded from his Nana's shower curtain to the shower curtain at a 2-star motel. I guess that's an improvement. Okay, I'll be a lot more fair here. Megan's design here is a marked improvement from the show. At least they're aiming for the whole hidden mass underneath the coat approach, which works great for characters like Batman, who is always lurking in the shadows, and might have worked for Meg Griffintron here if it were a darker color other than this light grayish blue wrap. Oh well, as they always say, it's not about the outside, it's what's inside that matters. Nothing matters. Seriously, that's his body? What the heck are these proportions? Dude has the body of a Rescue Heroes doll. He looks so squashed. And also, this is the Mega class figure. Mega Megatron is in fact shorter than even Deluxe Optimus Primal, an already too small version of the character. The only thing that makes this figure quote-unquote mega scale are his giant wings. That's not even getting into his head, which looks like Black Mana's mask with teeth. Okay, that's enough making fun of him. Let's talk about the good with Viacon Mega Megatron here. For one, he does at least have some alright articulation with the head, a bit of the waist, and full leg articulation, meaning you can get some okay posing with him. And his gimmick is actually pretty fun. Perfect for knocking away small enemies, smacking some booty, and giving uncomfortable motivational butt pats to his team that he's a little too into giving. I appreciate a nice gimmick, and he can at least pose about alright, if not as effectively with the gimmick. But yeah, going back to the design, while I do appreciate trying to give Viacon Mega Megatron, formerly known as Predacon Megatron, a lot more to work with than what we got in the show, it's just a stripped down version of his Beast Wars Transmetal 2 design, which I'm not opposed to a cheaper version of that toy, but people made that toy work, please. The transformation is like the previous toy and the later legacy. Unwrap the arms, flip the torso around, which, not gonna lie, is always a good time, and the final result is a pretty good little dragon. It's not quite as effective as the dragon design in his Transmetal 2 look. Those segmented fold-em-out wings do something to me, man. Also, you can still use his dragon head for an attack, meaning you can do that thing that giraffes do. It's certainly better than a lot of the other Beast Machines animals, and it does salvage the figure a bit. It's odd, it has the opposite problem that some Transformers have, of great robot, lame alt mode, whereas this is a great alt mode with a lame robot. But that's just the kind of unpredictability you get in Beast Machines. Compared to the other Beast era Dragatron was a Predacon, now a Viacon Megatron, both before and since, it pales in comparison. I'm giving him 3 out of 5 Dr. Pepper zeros out of 5. It's almost there. In a lot of ways, it is better than the other Beast Machines figures, but this is still a pretty lackluster version. It's not the worst Megatron out there. It's not even the worst Megatron for the Beast era, but it's still lacking. When you have a character like Gargantuan, Dragantron, Predacon, Megatron, not to be confused with Decepticon Megatron, do you want a little bit more? Especially compared to the other great Mega figures in Beast Machines like Tankor and Tankor.